Stoicism is now regarded as philosophy in the form of a collection of life hacks for conquering anxiety, meditation for controlling anger, and exercise for achieving peace and tranquility in everyday life. As it becomes more and more popular to be able to change people's life, many people start applying this Stoicism as a way of life to live the best experience they want. Socraters Inc. present The Little Book About Stoicism, Timeless Wisdom, the summary, from the author Jonas Salzgeber. This video will explore a concise introduction to the philosophy of Stoicism. Stoicism is a school of thought that originated in ancient Greece and was founded by philosophers like Zeno of Citium and Epictetus. It emphasized the importance of living in accordance with reason, virtue, and wisdom, and teaches that we have the power to choose our own thoughts and attitudes regardless of external circumstances. So, if you're eager to find out more, here is some fresh information you can take from the book. But before we going on further, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel to keep making more content like this. Note number 1. The core principle of Stoicism. Stoicism is a philosophy that emphasizes the importance of living in accordance with reason, virtue, and the pursuit of wisdom. At its core, Stoicism teaches that the path to happiness and fulfillment lies in the understanding the limitation of our control and learning to accept the things that we cannot change. It encourages us to focus on cultivating virtue and living in accordance with our values, rather than seeking external source of pleasure or satisfaction. For example, imagine that you are struggling with a difficult decision and are feeling overwhelmed by the uncertainty of the outcome. A Stoic would encourage you to examine the situation from a rational perspective, considering the potential outcomes and the values that are most important to you. They might also encourage you to focus on the things that you can control, such as your own thought and action, and to let go of the things that you cannot control. By adopting this mindset, you can find peace and fulfillment in the present moment, regardless of the outcome. Note number 2. The importance of living in accordance with reason and virtue. Stoicism teaches that living in accordance with reason and virtue is essential for achieving happiness and fulfillment. This means cultivating virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control, and using this virtue to guide our thought, action, and decision. It also means using reason to understand the world and our place in it and to make informed and wise choices. For example, consider a person who strives to be kind, honest, and fair in their interaction with others and who consistently make choices that align with their values and goals. This person is likely to be living in accordance with reason and virtue and is likely to be fulfilled and satisfied in their life as a result. By consistently living in this way, we can find peace and meaning in our life, even in the face of challenge and setbacks. Note number 3. The importance of accepting what we cannot control. One of the key teachings of Stoicism is the idea that we cannot control many of the events and circumstances of our life, but that we have complete control over our own thought and action. This means that instead of trying to control the things that are outside of our power, we should focus on cultivating a positive mindset and living in accordance with our values. For example, consider a person who is struggling with a chronic health condition. A Stoic would encourage this person to focus on the things that they can control, such as their diet, exercise routine, and attitude, rather than trying to control the progression of their illness. By accepting that they cannot control their health condition, they can instead focus on making the most of their life and living in accordance with their values. This approach can help them find peace and meaning in the face of difficult circumstances. Note number 4. The importance of living in the present moment. Another key teaching of Stoicism is the importance of living in the present moment. Stoics believe that we should not waste our time and energy worrying about the past or stressing about the future, but rather focus on making the most of the present moment. This means being mindful and present in our action and interaction, and not letting our thought be consumed by regrets or fear. The Stoics believe that by focusing on what we can control, that is our own thought and action, and accepting what we cannot control, aka external events, we can find peace and happiness. For example, consider a person who is constantly worried about the future and what might happen. A Stoic would encourage this person to focus on the present moment and the things that they can control in their life rather than stressing about the unknown. By living in the present moment and being mindful of their action, they can find peace and contentment in their life. Note number 5. The importance of reason and mindfulness. The Stoics believe that reason and mindfulness are crucial for living a virtuous and wise life. They thought that we should cultivate a clear and rational mind, and that by being mindful of our own thought and action, we can make better choices and live in accordance with our values. To further explain this note, we can look at the concept of proheiresis, which was the central concept in Stoic philosophy. Proheiresis refers to the act of making choice based on a reason and virtue, rather than being swayed by emotion or external circumstances. The Stoics believe that by cultivating proheiresis, we can live a more rational and virtuous life. To illustrate this point, consider a person who is faced with a difficult decision. A Stoic would encourage this person to use reason and mindfulness to carefully consider the option, rather than being swayed by emotions such as fear or greed. By taking the time to think through the consequences of his option and choose the one that is most in line with their values, this person is using proheiresis to make a wise and virtuous choice. Note number 6. The value of adversity and suffering. The Stoic believe that adversity and suffering can be an opportunity for personal growth and development because they can help us develop resilience and grit. They argued that when we face challenges, we have the opportunity to practice virtues such as courage, endurance, and perseverance. By learning to accept and embrace difficult circumstances, we can become stronger and more resilient, and this can ultimately lead to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. For example, consider a person who has experienced a major setback, such as the loss of a job or the end of a relationship. A Stoic would encourage this person to look for the opportunity for growth and development in this difficult situation, and to use it as a chance to practice virtue such as resilience and perseverance. By learning to embrace and accept the suffering that life brings, this person can ultimately become stronger and more fulfilled as a result. Final key summary. In conclusion, the Little Book of Stoicism by Jonas Salzgeber offer a concise and accessible introduction to the ancient philosophy of Stoicism. Through the teachings of philosophers like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, Salzgeber explores the key principles of Stoicism, including the importance of reason, virtue, and acceptance. He also delved into the practical application of Stoicism in a modern life, offering valuable insight on how to cultivate a positive mindset, embrace adversity, and live in accordance with our values. Whether you are new to Stoicism or looking to deepen your understanding of this timeless philosophy, the Little Book of Stoicism is a valuable resource that offers wisdom and guidance for living a good and meaningful life. This book will teach you the way of living the Stoic life. I hope this video is helpful. Please subscribe to our channel so we can make more content like this. If you have any question or would like more information, I recommend checking out the book for a more in-depth exploration of the concept discussed. And start living the Stoic way of life. Thanks for watching, Socraters.